We are about to dive into one of my favorite strength training phases at Get Fit New Hampshire, and that is the tracking phase. This is an 8-week phase where we're gonna track 4 different exercises. That's gonna be the goblet squat, the deadlift, the bench press, and the single arm row. It's a really exciting phase because our clients get to see and they get to see how much stronger they get over an 8-week phase. They build confidence. We get to see them get stronger. We get to push them a little bit harder. And as they get more confident in these lifts, that translates into the rest of their training for the rest of their life. So it's really, really cool to see. But as we head into that phase, I want to teach some breathing techniques because that's a pretty common question, especially when we get into some of those heavier lifts. And there's a couple of different ways to breathe through some of these heavy lifts, so we're gonna talk through them. So there are a few different ways that you can breathe during heavy exercises. I'm gonna teach you the one that makes the most sense for our demographic and the way that we lived here at Get Fit New Hampshire. So I want you to pair exertion with exhale. So exertion being the push up from a movement or the press up from a movement. So if I'm doing a bench press, as I'm pressing those bells up, that's gonna be your exhale. Exertion equals exhale. If I'm doing a row, as I row up, there's your exhale. Exertion equals exhale. If I'm doing a squat, as I stand up, exhale. Exertion equals exhale. Same thing, deadlift. As you're standing up from that deadlift, that's gonna be your exhale. And your inhale is gonna be in the lowering portion. The eccentric part of that exercise is where you're gonna be focusing on that inhale. So if I'm doing a bench press, it's an inhale, lower down, exhale, big press up. If I'm doing a squat, it's an inhale, lower down, it's an exhale as I press up. Same thing, deadlift, inhale, lower down, exhale, stand up. If I'm rowing, it's a inhale, lower down, exhale, row up. So we wanna connect that breathing to our lift. And remember, exertion equals exhale. As you are doing the hardest part of that movement, which is the concentric of that movement, the lifting part of that movement, that is when you want to focus on that exhale. And the eccentric, the lowering portion of the exercise, is when you want to focus on the inhale. I hope that helps, especially as we head into this heavier phase. And if you have any questions, let me know. And before the internet warriors chew my head off, I will add that holding your breath during the lowering portion of an exercise is absolutely a technique as well, and you're welcome to do that during the lowering portion of your exercise, especially if that weight is extremely heavy. You might find that you need to hold your breath during the lowering portion with that big exhale as the exertion as you stand up, and then reset your breath at the top. So before my internet warriors get on me about breathing techniques, you can do that too, but most people will likely inhale on the way down and exhale as you stand up because we're not really training power lifters up in here.